Enough is enough. When are you going to quit holding yourself back and unleash the beast inside of you that is chomping at the bit to go out and change the world? Everyone has it inside of them. They are just too scared to let it go. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the JS Show. I'm so happy to have you guys here. I'm so glad to be here for another episode. We got another great one lined out for you. The only thing I ask of you is if you find any value to this content at all. Number 1, subscribe to the channel if you are not already. 2, like it. And then number 3, go and share it to as many people as you can. That's all I ask of you. Other than that, it's free to you, and I hope this content inspires you and helps you become the best version of you. A lot of people use the phrase, "You are your own greatest critic," and they use it as a negative when actually it is probably our greatest superpower as humans. Today we are going to dive into what superpowers you get by being your own greatest critic. The first superpower you get is the superpower to always be improving. Whether you are in business, personal development, anything, it's called continuous improvement. When you have this superpower, when you are your own greatest critic, it gives you this ability to see the negative things. You find the negative things because you're looking for them. You want to figure out what is wrong with your product, your service, whatever you are doing, your content, whatever. Being your own greatest critic helps you find and identify those issues. That way you can go and find solutions to them. A lot of people use this as a negative. They say that you're always looking for the negative. You're dang right I'm looking for the negative, because that is the reason why people won't buy my product, won't buy my service, won't watch my videos. So I'm going to find what is wrong with them. That way I can find the solution and fix them to make them want to buy my product. Because if you are always improving what you offer to your customers, your clients, whatever, if you are always improving, continuous improvement equals more money made, greater influence to be had. So the very first superpower you get by being your own greatest critic is the ability to always be improving. The second superpower you get by being your own greatest critic is you get an unstoppable drive. When you have an unstoppable drive, nothing will get in your way. Nothing can stop you from what you are headed towards, what your end goal is. Because when you have an unstoppable drive, those little obstacles, those little setbacks, they only push you farther and make you want to go even harder and faster at whatever it is. Another thing that having an unstoppable drive allows you to do, it allows you to block out the noise and cancel out all the distractions in your life. It helps you to be front sight focused and laser focused on whatever it is that you were trying to achieve. The last thing that having an unstoppable drive allows you to do is to always have the throttle fully pushed down. You have the pedal to the metal all the time. And the thing is, you don't get tired of it. When you have an unstoppable drive, you do not get tired. Because when you get to the point where you want something more than you want to eat, more than you want to sleep, more than you want to breathe, you will do anything and everything that it possibly takes, and you will try to get there as fast as you possibly can. The third superpower that being your own greatest critic allows you to have, you get a conscious GPS. When you become your own greatest critic and you have those first two superpowers, the ability to always be improving and then the unstoppable drive, you empower yourself to be able to make the hard decisions. The decisions that normally you would try to push off to other people, you are craving to make those decisions, because now with your unstoppable drive and your ability to always be improving, you have that conscience GPS guiding your decisions, and you get feels for stuff. You know where you need to go because you feel it on the inside. You know whether you need to make this deal happen or you need to step away from this deal. And there's all this talk about artificial intelligence right now, and rightfully so. It's pretty insane. Not going to get into it too deep because it's a huge rabbit hole with a lot of small rabbit holes to go down. But no matter what AI happens, the best AI that you possibly have is your brain. Because your brain is always taking in millions on millions of inputs into it and putting them in your brain. And you have access to them once you are able to control how your brain works. But whether you know it or not, you are always learning. When you are always learning and putting what you learn into action, that really helps drive and guide your decisions so you make the right ones more often. And then the last thing having a conscious GPS do is it helps you be able to know when you need to take a detour or when you need to pivot a certain way. In business, in life, in anything, in relationships, one of the best traits and the hardest things to do, one of the hardest things to do and one of the best traits to have is the ability to take a detour, to pivot which direction you're going. So say the Airbnb market, for the longest time it was travelers, like people going on vacation. That was the biggest thing that was going on. But now you're seeing a huge transition to be able to, your rates are not as high because people aren't traveling as much because they weren't locked up for a year. But so now the travel rate of vacationers has it's gone back to average. So now Airbnb owners are having to pivot towards the midterm stays, like a few months at a time for business professionals, which is great. But having that ability to pivot makes you so much more versatile in your business, in your relationship, and in life in general. Because in a relationship, if your significant other has to take a job across the country or even out of the country, or they're being gone for a very long time, you have to have the ability to gel and to adjust and pivot your relationship if you want to make it work. And so having that conscious GPS will allow you to be able to make those hard decisions, but make the right decisions. Being your own greatest critic can drag you down, but if you realize that being your own greatest critic can unlock these superpowers that ultimately make you a stronger human being, you will undoubtedly become unstoppable in whatever you do, whether it be relationships, business, or life in general. You will constantly be improving with an unstoppable drive and with a conscious GPS to guide you where you need to go. And it will make your decision making on point every time and in every situation. It's time to level up and unlock your superpowers. The human mind is so powerful, and perspective is so powerful. Once you shift that perspective from your own greatest critic being a negative to being the superpower unlocking ability, it is crazy. And so it makes you sit here and wonder, it makes me sit here and wonder what other things I can shift my perspective on to completely change the ballgame for me. But that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed and got a lot of information, a lot of really helpful stuff from this video. It was shorter, but it had a lot of stuff it packed into it, and I hope it helps you, and I hope you take it, put it into action, and go out there and make your life better and make the lives of the people around you better. But other than that, thank you guys for being here today. I appreciate you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and go check out my social medias. Other than that, I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.